Welcome to the European Games, where 11 sports are taking place on day 4. It's the first day of competition at Baku's shooting centre, with a men's 10-metre air rifle final. Another 3 titles have been settled on the water. We have the latest finals from the canoe sprint. And we'll have the best of the solo free routine at the synchronised swimming. The shooting competitions got underway at the Baku shooting centre. It's a brand new, hugely impressive facility that's already earned the admiration of both athletes and spectators. The first final was a men's 10-metre air rifle. Olympic qualification was available for some of the competitors, so there was an added incentive to perform well. In the indoor shooting events, the athletes all have 8 shots. At this stage, the lowest ranked competitor is eliminated. Here it was Serhiy Kulish from Ukraine. The remainder have 2 more shots before the person in 7th place is eliminated. And so it continues, one person eliminated at a time. The final 3 were Nicola Campriani of Italy, Vital Bumnovic from Belarus, and Israel's Sergei Richter. All were guaranteed medals, but who would win which colour? Sergei Richter had to leave the competition in bronze medal position. But the smile wasn't only because he'd won a medal, it also secured Olympic qualification. So only 2 remained. Campriani and Bumnovic would have 2 more shots each. Campriani currently in the lead.
10.1, oh, and a 9.9 from the Belarusian Bubnovic. And so another 0.2 added to the lead for Campriani.
I expect Campriani was having a little bit of a worry after that shot. 10.1, considering how he has been shooting, is not quite up to his potential.
He has shot a couple of 9s, but he's been consistent.
10.8 and 10.6, 10.7. So when you come to this final shot.
Great shot of the gloves they wear. Some hold the rifle in their palms, some on their knuckles. It's a very individual. You see Bubnovic there. So then the clapping starts, the denouement of this final. Here we go. Campriani just needs to keep calm and carry on for gold.
He's got a 1.1 lead. That's huge when it comes to shooting at this level.
10.4 from Bubnovic is a good finish, but a 9.1 from Campriani.
Wow.
And he has dropped down into silver position on the last shot. Can you believe it? Look at the smile from Bubnovic. He has been gifted the gold.
I mean, a 10.1, when you have a 1.1 deficit, you would not expect to win a gold medal with that.
So a dramatic gold medal for Belarus. The consolation for Campriani was that at least he'd won a silver medal for Italy.
Conditions remained ideal for canoe sprint on the final day of competition at Mingachervia. The first event was the women's single 500 metres final. It looked a well-contested race, with the 3 heat winners, Belarus, Poland and Hungary, the most likely countries to take the medals.
The Hungarian is looking very strong. Here she is, very relaxed, very composed. She's not under any pressure whatsoever. So this really is a dominant race by the Hungarian, but at the moment also going through strongly is the Azerbaijan over in lane 2. Deceiving by that angle, but I think she's got moved into the silver position at the moment. In fact, the Hungarian girl is slowing down slightly. Maybe she's shot about too early. She really is slowing down. She's getting her act together once again. It's going to be very tight for silver, I think, but certainly for me, the Hungarian, she's gone from the start. She's been dominant all the way through. And just at the last moment, the Austrian in lane 8 is going to take the silver medal.
Danuta Kozak giving Hungary a 3rd gold medal in canoe sprint with an impressive performance from the front. Austria excelled themselves with a strong finish to take silver, and it was bronze for Poland. Heat winners Hungary and Poland look set to feature again in the men's 4 1,000 metres final, along with runners-up Belarus and Portugal. But only 2 teams ever look likely to win, Hungary and Russia. These two have been hammer and tongs all the way. Czech Republic in 3rd place. Then Poland trying to come through late, but they've got a lot to do. But it's Hungary down the middle of the course. Russia still wide. Here's Poland with the white boat on the right of the picture, closing all the time, getting going really late in the race. Hungary from Poland now as they race up towards the line. It's Hungary, Russia over on this side, and also Belarus trying to come through, but a bit too late. Hungary down the middle, Russia this side. Who's going to get gold? Hungary got gold. Hungary, very tight seconds. Belarus and Russia leave that to the chief judge. Hungary had taken the first 2 gold medals of the day, while Russia improved greatly on their performances in the heats and semi-final to secure silver. Belarus go home with bronze. It looked harder for Hungary in the women's double 500 metres final. They'd qualified via the semi-final, whereas Germany took the direct route from the heats. But the other heat winner, Serbia, made more impact.
Serbia, Belarusian and Germany, and Hungary nearest the camera. This is the Belarusian team. So the Germans have dropped right off the pace. It looks as though Serbia have taken this over at the moment in the 4 boat. That's the Serbians nearest to us, looking very comfortable, very composed. Halfway through, just something like just over a minute to go of this race. So the Serbians, and this will be a shocker, finished 3rd in the European Championships, 3rd in the World Championships last year, but certainly not the favourites for this race. But at the moment, it is the Serbians in lane 4, the Hungarians down nearest the camera in lane 8, also going well. When they come into full frame, we'll see them, and it's going to be Serbia. This is a bit of a shocker. Serbia takes it in lane 4. Then I think the Romanians, and then the Hungarians in lane 8 were 3rd.
Gold for Serbia, who hit form just at the right time. It was silver for Romania and bronze for Hungary, but Germany didn't make the podium. Hungary now have 4 medals at Minka, maintaining the country's long-standing excellence in canoe sprint, with more finals to follow later in the day.
Day 4 sees the conclusion of the synchronised swimming at the Baku Aquatic Centre. The first competition of the day was the women's solo final, with Russia looking to continue their dominance in the pool. Their athlete, Anisia Neborako, was leading going into this one.
Next up we have someone pipped as a medal contender, Elizaveta Yakno from Ukraine. Elizaveta Yakno from Ukraine came into this final ranked 4th after placing 27th in the figures. She did outstanding in the preliminary rounds, which helped her get her marks up to still stay ranked 4th. Also one of our solo finalists who is competing in 4 events here.
26.0.
Well, her scores are full of high 8s, especially the execution, 26 scores there.
And crowd cheering her on as she gets ready for her final routine. Anna Maria Alexandre from Austria, the oldest of triplets here at the synchronized swimming competition. Her sister Irene Marina finished a little bit higher in the figures than her 8, as she finished 11. But it's interesting to note that before them were the Russian team, so they did really, really well there.
Being displayed on the scoreboard.
She's done it again, 86.03. Her score in the routine. She goes to the top of the pile ahead of Ukraine. Still got France, Russia and Spain to go, so there's plenty more competition ahead, but she has put herself right in contention.
Final result.
Here is Anastasia Neborako, the 18-year-old.
Raucous applause from the crowd there for Anastasia Neborako from the Russian Federation. A tiny smile cracked on the face of her coach. Anastasia coming into this final with such a spotlight on her. Swept the board on every level possible coming into this final. Ranked first as well. Super composed in the decade, 18-year-olds, a wealth of experience and accolades already under her belt.
For execution, 26.9.
She's done it, 90.03, absolutely emphatic. Look at those marks for artistic impression, 36.13, and just one of her 9 marks that counted was an 8-9.
Berta Ferreras from Spain.
Now she has got a big few minutes ahead of her.
Applause for Berta Ferreras from Spain, from both the spectators and her coaching staff. She had a dream finish in the preliminary rounds, placed second behind Anastasia Neborako. Solid performance in the figures too, placing 12th there, allowing her to be ranked second into this final. All-round, extraordinarily strong performer.
Score for execution, 26.4.
And she's got the silver, 86.96. She has delivered when it really mattered.
Score for difficulty, 25.
And another great performance for Spain.
86.9667.
So there's confirmation of the result. Another gold for Russia and quite some performance, with Spain taking the silver and Austria a well-earned bronze.
Of course, I always come with a hope to win the gold.
I
am very happy. It was my target to be here, and the work I have done before now is worth it. Now this gives me more motivation to work and fight for my targets.
We dedicate our medal, my medal, to Vanessa and Luna, the girls from the accident, and also Verena, and to all my teammates, my coaches, to Federation, which support us really very much, and my family.
The men's team table tennis gold medal final was between France and Portugal. As the 2014 European champions, Portugal were very much the favourites in this best of 5 match encounter. And Portugal's Tiago Apollonia got them off to the best possible start. 2 games won and a match point at the third, 11-6. So a straight games win for Apollonia to give Portugal a 1-0 lead in the team event. Match-up 2 was between France's Simon Gauzy and Marcos Freitas of Portugal. This one was a little closer. The Portuguese were 2-1 ahead in games. But the Frenchmen managed to win game 4 and they were level heading into the 5th and final game. but the 20-year-old French number 1 was unable to stop Portugal, going down 11-5. That meant it was France 0, Portugal 2, and the Portuguese team needed just one more winning match to grab the gold medal. But France wouldn't give up their chances of gold lightly and fought their way back in the doubles. They won the first game and were on fire as they added a second game, 11-6. Portugal managed to sneak a win in the third game and in the fourth to level the match. But in the fifth game, it was France who secured a 3-2 victory. And that meant the team score was now France 1, Portugal 2.
Portugal leads 2 matches to 1.
Into the fourth match, the singles between Frenchman Adrien Matanet and Portuguese teenager João Geraldo ranked a lowly 48th in Europe. Portugal won the opening game but had to fight hard in the second. France kept the pressure on, but with some stunning play, Portugal secured game point at 11-10 and then the win. Game 3, and 19-year-old Geraldo was in fine form, taking his country to match point. This was to win the gold medal for Portugal. And what a moment for the youngster, winning the game 11-9, the match, and the table tennis team gold for Portugal in the first European Games. Huge celebrations in the Portuguese camp. Final score, France 1, Portugal 3. So, in the men's team table tennis final, it was gold to Portugal, silver for France, and a bronze medal to Austria. And a new star was born in the world of table tennis.
No, it was a very, very hard match, especially the doubles match and also the match from Simon Gauzy against Marcos. And Marcos played very well and he started very good in the last set, and then he managed to win, and this was very important. And the doubles match, I think they were just better than us, and we couldn't recover and do better than them. So congratulations to them in the doubles match. And then I played my singles match. I knew it was a big chance to win because I already beat this player before, and I knew he would be afraid playing against a younger player, and this was a good chance for me.
Day 4 of the first European Games at the Crystal Hall saw the continuation of the men's preliminary rounds. The first match was in Pool B between Russia and Belgium. The Russians had won their first match against Germany, whilst Belgium had been beaten by Bulgaria, so it was important for the Belgians to win this game. And it looked like the Belgians were up for the fight. In the end, the Russians proved too dominant in the first set, taking it 25-18. The second set took on a very similar pattern with exactly the same scoreline in the end. The third set was a little tighter, but in the end the Russian team were too strong and won in straight sets. Russia topped the group and looked comfortable to go through to the quarter-finals next week. Next on court in the Crystal Arena was the Pool A match between Finland and France. Both countries' first matches had gone to 5 sets, with Finland defeating the host nation Azerbaijan, whilst the French lost out to Poland. The first set was incredibly tight, with some great volleyball taking place. The French took it, but only just. These were two very evenly matched teams, with the advantage ebbing and flowing throughout. The score of 2 sets to love flattered the French a little, and it was unfair on the Finns, who could easily have been 2-love themselves. Three sets to love in the end to France in what was a very entertaining game. This means things are very tight in Pool A. Having won in straight sets, both France and Russia gained ranking points for later in the competition.
The triathlon competitions were among the first events to take place at these inaugural European Games, and the positive images broadcast around the world have delighted the president of the sport's governing body. Also, strong winds made it a real test of endurance.
For the women especially, because the wind was put in the water very rough, but I think this is something that athletes really like it.
The women's race was dominated by the London Olympic champion, Switzerland's Nicola Spirig. Victory guaranteed her place at Rio 2016.
It's very interesting what she did for the qualification. She really prepared this race. She is a mother, she is very busy in many aspects, and she planned to be here just to win the spot for the Olympic Games. Then now, she's free. She doesn't need just to qualify in another way.
Azerbaijan's not considered one of the world's elite triathlon nations, so was the president surprised to see Rostislav Pevtsov win a bronze in the men's event?
It was not so surprised because, for example, in the World Cup that I was like 1 month ago or less than 1 month ago in Chengdu in China, he get the second place. Then at that moment, yes, I say, well, another athlete, and yes.
No Brownlee brothers in the men's event, but still a British victory. 21-year-old Gordon Benson enjoyed his moment in the limelight.
Great Britain and Spain, they have very good athletes, and not only 2 or 3, but 6 or 7. Then I think we have this opportunity. I was very happy that the young men from Great Britain won the medal, because that shows how strong is Great Britain in this moment.
Only the gold medalists earned a place for their nation at the Rio Olympics. After the success of the event in Baku, should more Olympic spots be on offer at future Olympic Games?
We have to discuss very deep if more than one seat is able to do, because our qualification system is based on the World Triathlon Series, and I think it's very, very important also for the World Triathlon Series to be on top of the top.
Triathlon's become a truly global sport in the past 30 years, and Baku's now taken its place on the map of elite competition venues. Elsewhere on day 4, the taekwondo got underway at the Crystal Hall. 19-year-old British athlete Charlie Maddock with a surprise victory against world silver medalist Ina Ramoldanova in the women's 49-kilo division. She made it through to the quarter-finals. There's been controversy at the water polo arena, where Turkish coach Ersin Özrak was far from happy with Yagic Baltaci for straying from position and allowing Ukraine to score easily. Turkey went on to win their classification match by 11 goals to 9. The table tennis women's singles got underway at the Baku Sport Hall. There's more than just medals up for grabs here, with the extra incentive being qualification for the Rio Olympics next year. And finally, the beach volleyball got underway at the Bilga Beach Complex. The men's and women's competition will last for 6 days. So we've witnessed more exciting action on day 4 here in Baku. We'll see you next time.